Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. In the last episode, we cleared up the mystery in the Brackenbury Sanitarium. Bit of an infiltration problem, and also a mad animancer experimenting on people. You know, it happens. Anyway, we're now headed out of the sanitarium and probably on towards the city's next district. Yeah. Alright. Not satisfied that I... Oh, who the hell are you?
Hello!
Beg your pardon, I have a message for you. You're summoned to Hadrid House, where Lady Webb wishes to meet with you as soon as possible. Not much you can do in these parts without Lady Webb knowing about it. At least that's what I'd always heard. Guess it's true. How'd you know where to find me? Well, it's Lady Webb. She knows everything. How about what about Lady Webb? Do you not know Lady Webb? She's, well, no one's seen her exactly in a long time, but she's the mistress of Dunrid Row. Has been for as long as anyone can remember. He pauses, eyeing passers-by with suspicion. Quietly, he continues. She's supposed to be old. Older than anybody. She never leaves her room. Some say she's wasted away and she's just a pile of bones kept animated by dark magics. She's still at it, best anyone can tell. Learning things, keeping us safe, pulling the strings behind the throne, too, it's said. Has a ring of ciphers doing her bidding, telling her everything that goes on. You do wrong in this country. Before you go asking the gods for forgiveness, best you ask Lady Webb first. What's Dunrid Row? A whole mess of ciphers run out of Hadrid House. They make it their business to keep the peace, but they don't like you to see 'em do it. Problems in this city have a way of going away on their own, and when that happens, you can make a pretty good guess as to why. Yeah, it is just over there. I was in it already. Gee, I wonder how they found me when I just broke in and wandered around the house for a while. Oh, who the hell? Oh. This guy again. As you near the apparition, you're overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling's not quite real, the recollection of an emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides, nevertheless. The apparition's brow is tense, a look of concern playing across its face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
My mind has been elsewhere.
Oh? And what troubles you?
The pain in your stomach deepens, and you feel for a moment as though you're about to be sick. Your mouth's gone dry. Forgive me, Eminence, I wish to leave the order. The man folds his fingers together and presses them to his mouth, thoughtful.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
I don't know. I've done something unforgivable. The apparition exhales slowly and its lips press together, a sympathetic rapper in its eyes. It places its hand on your shoulder.
I see. And you would cast yourself out, is that it?
What I've done, no god would have me now.
If you believe that, then I have failed you as a teacher. There are many gods so that all people are looked after, no matter who they are or what they've done. The only ones who need fear anything are those who abandon their gods, thinking all is lost. But for those who beg help and forgiveness, the gods always provide.
Only for the deserving?
I will tell you the truth. There may be some among the gods who would see you punished. But after punishment comes absolution, redemption. Whatever stain there is upon your soul, the gods can wash it clean. But you must dedicate yourself to them in return. That is what makes one deserving. Will you return the faith they put in you?
The knot in your stomach seems to loosen all at once, and the anxiety is replaced with something else entirely. Something warm and soothing, and it's something you know you can never repay. As the vision fades, you start to become cognizant of the many odd looks aimed in your direction. Your last response echoes in your mind. I will. Was a past soul of mine working for these guys, or is it just some guy I'm reading? Yeah, so I guess we dealt with the threat at the Institute. It's not the most clear-cut thing. Like, I don't feel 100% sure whether we actually annihilated that sort of rogue soul-jumping thing or not. Or if it got away, but, I think we might have taken it out, yeah. Lady Webb will see me now, apparently. The notes are scribbled in a cryptic shorthand. So yeah, hopefully we've, I don't know if we did the right thing letting Azo go or not. He was actually right about his experiments, but he also went way up the deep end afterwards, so. This woman clutches a thick stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers, their flesh stretched thin to near translucence with extreme age, a gossamer veil over pale blue veins. Ink splotches and candle burns dot and stripe her hands like a quilt patterned after some great, indescribable truth. She does not look up from her reading.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aothis look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
Yeah, so she's running some kind of cipher-based intelligence service down here at Dunrid Row. I think ciphers can read minds or something, so that's, or souls, or something like that. So that's kind of a handy ability to have, really, for an intelligence agency. Aloth frowns, scratching the back of his neck. So it's true. Those spies of hers don't miss much.
And this fiasco in the sanitarium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of. What in blazes possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
I'm investigating a strange group.
Strange does not begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason.
Well, she doesn't like the leaden key good enough for me.
You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks. As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend, which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the Leaden Key?
This woman deals in information. I feel like maybe we shouldn't just toss it to her. She closes her eyes, and the lids flicker. Then her face goes still and her mouth parts, little more than a sliver, and her hand briefly drops open, spilling some of her parchment to the ground, the pages wafting around her legs like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back and her gaze is immediately upon me.
Gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Theos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
How do you know that?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it.
Oh, she's a
You
cipher
even
too.
happened to catch him
I
in
see.
his ceremonial garb, it seems. It must have been a special occasion.
What can you tell me about
More
him?
than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The Leaden Key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it.
Well, that makes him pretty damned old, doesn't it?
What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man. Awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes.
Oh, that's handy.
The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Woodica's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism.
Wodica is personally awakening him during adolescence every time, huh?
That may also
problematic.
explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul, and he is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity. He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
Doesn't really seem like it. I haven't been getting the helpful vibe from them. How do you know so much about him?
The same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
You know anything else?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know, if you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal.
Yeah.
Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
So what do you need from me?
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately, and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunreed Row will not stop you.
Well, that's good.
Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Theos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Well, these seem like a pretty handy set of allies to have. I'm in.
If you find your trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
Yeah, there is something I can tell you.
Well, let's hear it.
This. Oh, we reckon that was just literally Theos impersonating that patient. Okay, that's what I was kind of missing there, I guess. So he definitely got away in that case, but we at least blew his whole plot open. I guess it was just his soul separated from his body. Maybe he's not as powerful when he's that way, probably. Okay, I see.
Forgive me, it is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious. He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep. This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale. If we can learn more about their goals and methods, perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
All right. Do you have any other
Yes.
questions? Oh, I do. All right.
All the things there are to
Tell me
know
more
in
about
this
Dunbury
world,
Pro.
and you ask me about work. Deerwood is a rebel country. Conflict is in its blood. If you think a few guards posted in our cities keep chaos at bay, you are very new to town indeed. We are Deerwood's cipher investigators, of course. But what we really are is its last barrier against anarchy. People are more at ease when they believe they are watched over by someone more enlightened than they are. It pacifies them. So that is the image we foster. And we do try to be enlightened for their sake. The knowledge we gather here is Deerwood's standing army in many ways. We learn what's vital and we act on it while Deerwood sleeps, blissfully unaware of the terrifying truths all around them. I wish I could tell people the things I know sometimes. But the truth is, I don't think many of them could bear it.
Fair enough. So how'd you end up with this job?
Me? I started this place in a different time under a different duke. I impressed the duke with my research and my work ethic, and he became possessed of the notion that I would be ideal to lead a secret network of gifted investigators. I don't know how such an idea got into his head.
She winks. How old are you? She gives a half-hearted gasp and covers her mouth with her crumpled fingers. You wicked man. Where are your manners? Were you raised without a shred of decency?
I lost count ages ago. Such a strange thing to celebrate, getting closer to death. Oh, I've had my share of work done to prolong my existence, if that's what you're wondering. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not done here. There are things I still wish to learn. And I'll be the effigy if I let Bereth carry me off before I'm through.
Fair enough.
There was a time when I considered enlisting the theorems of Pondgrum to extend my life indefinitely. I found the thought of devouring my political enemies to sustain my own life greatly appealing. I must have gone soft with age.
All right. I like her.
If you are hoping I can look at your hand and tell you whom you should marry, you can just wipe that notion from your mind. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. That is what I pay spies for. Being a cipher is not unlike being a watcher. You notice more about what is already there. Many can hold an object and know where it's been, or peer into the thoughts of people around them. They can also sometimes affect those thoughts, but that would be unethical, of course. A tiny, talented few pick up so much about the world around them, they can get images of things to come, but these are fleeting and unreliable. Who said I was talented? I don't. Least not that I can trust. And with me, it's only ever about one thing anyway.
What's
A
that?
quiet day at home.
Ah, fair enough. Is there a Lord
There
Webb?
was.
He's
He
dead?
believed in dying with dignity. He was old-fashioned that way, my husband. We saw the world very differently, he and I. But he was good to me while he lasted.
All right, fair enough. Do I have other
Yes.
questions? No. All right, bye.
Try your best not to die out there.
Thanks, Lady Webb. Yes, okay. Seems we've enlisted an intelligence agency to help us out. They seem like, pretty ruthless, but probably good guys for the most part. Alright. I think that's about all there is to see in Brackenbury.
How's the hand?
Turning purple. I'd have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm not supposed to pet him, why is he so soft?
Damn it, Ader. Oh, can't camp in the street. Fine. Onwards to Andra's gift, I guess. This is the poor district for sure. I know that. And the sort of dockyard district. Oh, very foggy in the dockyard district. It's nighttime too.
Hey, Olaf, can I, talk to your, your friend? What is it about Isilmir? I'm right here, you know. No, you're both great. It's just, well, I feel like I don't get to spend as much time with her, and she's just so funny. Some of the things she says are not nearly as funny when you've been hearing them for 50 years.
Fair. Alright, we all gotta level up too. Alright, points. I literally don't really use scrolls. Lore is good for stuff though. I feel like in all reality I should probably advance. This is not really that useful because I never actually use these bonuses except for damage reduction. Let's go for athletics. And probably carry the rest over to put into lore next level. Spells. Okay, we can take one new spell. I guess we'll take a level 3 spell, probably. Okay. That could be nice. That could be interesting. In an AoE? You know, that could be quite nice. I'll try that. Oh, and I get a talent. Oh boy. That's kind of nice. Or this. One of those two. Oh, this is just any time I attack with a... Okay, I like that. I think, anyway. Alright, and then Aloth. Aloth can also get maybe a few points in athletics. I'll carry the rest over for lore. Blights, huh? It's not only for 2.6 seconds, that's not that good. Blights sound kind of interesting. Let's try that. Let's give him this. Because squishy. Does that fully regen our health and everything? Okay, good. This can be in lieu of finding somewhere to take a rest then. Ader pretty much has nothing but athletics and survival, and that's just the way he needs to be. Weary defender or bonus knockdown? +5 all defenses except deflection. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna give him this. Knockdown doesn't work against half the enemies we fight anyway, really. Not the fanciest level up either. He doesn't get all his health back, only his endurance. You, endurance, should get maybe some survival. A little bit, you know. Okay, interdiction, dazes. That's nice. Or I could give bonus spells, but I pretty much never run out, so. My god, he has so much lore. He should get a little bit of athletics. Well, we actually get level 2, paralyzes. Worms, love worms, maybe. Will-o-wisps. Terror. Reduces effects. Charms enemies. Bouncing beams of light that restore endurance. Grant immunity to frightened and terrified. Well, that's kind of nice. I feel like I want the worms. His summons are not that good, but like I want to like them anyway. It's not that good, really. I don't use Ancient Memory very much, but it is AoE though, huh? Maybe I should. Still very little endurance though. Yeah, well, let's upgrade it. And Sagani. I'm putting all of her points into mechanics, probably. Wow, she has so much survival. Okay. Ooh, that's handy. Let's get a more damaging companion, yeah. Okay.
I'm here.
So we're all leveled up. We've arrived in Andra's Gift, which is, well, 3 areas of the city left. The main features here look like probably the Valiant Trading Company and the Salty Mast, maybe that lighthouse or something, and a bunch of other things. But that's going to be for another day. We're going to end it here for now, folks. Thanks for watching, adventurers. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Have a nice day, adventurers. This is Sea Lord Janda, signing off.